I was confident I would top my class in 10th standard. I came second. The person who got first was one of my friends. Coming second was a big deal. And this is because, before 10th grade, I was a below average student. In this video, you'll see how self-confidence helped me become a better student almost overnight. Luckily for me, I realized I needed to do good by myself and others. It hit me that the best time to drive myself was then as a student. If ever I would amount to anything. And by believing in myself, my story began to change. I threw myself into my studies. I was confident I could top my class. I knew what to do, which was the opposite of all I had been doing. The idea that I could beat my class fueled my confidence rather than discouraged me. My past failures became my motivation to succeed. I started attending classes and began studying ahead of my teachers. I simply trusted my guts and did all I thought were the right things to do. This is what confidence does to people. It urges them forward. I was no longer the guy I was from the 1st to the 9th standard. By 12th standard, I was the best in my class in all the subjects. None of the students was close to me. Could I have achieved all of these without believing in myself? Probably not. People can only succeed once they start believing in themselves. Believing in myself has made me a good student, writer, and person I respect. Also, history has blessed us with stories of great men who achieved much by believing in themselves. An example of this is the story of Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. A man who lived for more than 3 centuries ago yet is still praised today in our modern world as one of the greatest authors and poets that ever lived. One of his famous quotes gives us insight into his thinking. He reflects the divine truth that we all have our lives to a large extent in our own hands. We have the power to sculpt our future. Those with tremendous confidence in themselves can only make something out of themselves. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe did not get all this fame without struggle. 4 of his 5 children died, and even today, he has no living descendant. He had several failed relationships and saw the death of many he loved. Despite all these, he produced some of the most famous literary works of the 18th-19th century. What if he had constantly stressed about how hard life was? It could have had a massive impact on his writings, and he may not be as popular as he is today and as he was in his days. Indeed, nobody can achieve the things Johann Wolfgang von Goethe achieved unless they believed in themselves. Believing in yourself is a magic trick that always works. Self-confidence fuels your ability to make demand and also ask for help. Believing in oneself is fundamental, as it is one of the easiest ways to control the outcomes. It will always work, no matter what you want to achieve. And some of the best people who have used it are Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. In a 1994 interview of Steve Jobs with John McLaughlin, president of the Santa Clara Valley Historical Association, Steve Jobs said he got an internship opportunity at HP while he did not know about electronics. He got HP's phone number and dared to put a call through. Mind you, Jobs was only 12 years old at that time. He had never held a job. Most people would not do it. The reason is we don't believe in ourselves. We have more self-doubts than ever. Steve Jobs further says in that same interview that most people don't get such experiences because they don't ask. And that is true. People help if we ask them for help. I recently experienced the power of asking. My SiteGround web hosting was about to expire, and I could not renew it because of some issues with my credit card. I could not make international payments. I contacted the support team of SiteGround and told them that I might not renew my expiring web hosting and that I needed more time. After a few minutes, SiteGround extended my renewal date by 1 more week to sort out my card-related issues from the bank. If I had not asked them for help, I would have had to either change the web host or my website would have been down. Now, what confidence does, pessimism does the opposite. I was recently reading reviews on a book on Amazon. This book has more than 100,000 reviews, out of which over 88% of ratings were 5 or 4 stars. And I looked at 1-star, 2-star, and 3-star reviews. Sadly, most of these people judged the book based on the design of its cover. Others complained about the book's print quality, size, and price. I doubt these people even read the book. But, Most people who had given 5-star reviews wrote about how the book helped them improve their lives. The question is, how can the same book have a different impact on different people? The simple answer to this is that some people are negative. They care little or nothing about things and are fault finders. Their negativity is used to cover up the fact that they don't believe in themselves. Unfortunately, you must believe in yourself before things will work for you. And if you go about looking for negative things, you will find. Even a good experience will be negative. How, then, would you make something of your life? Apart from not believing in yourself, fault finding keeps you in one position. I couldn't have completed this article without self-confidence. I had to be confident in what I had to say. If I had self-doubt about whether this would help others, I might have discarded the article. But, I completed this task with the simple magic trick of confidence.